Hey everyone, this is my first video on this channel, so please be gentle with me. Also, English is not my native language, so if I make any few mistakes here and there, I'm really sorry in advance. I will try my best to express what I feel and hopefully you will still enjoy the video. Alright, without further ado, let's start. So today I want to talk about one of those forgotten gacha games that honestly didn't deserve to end the way it did. Yep, I'm talking about none other than our first gacha game on the list is the Revive Witch. A game that could have been something truly magical if only it got a little more love and care from its developer. Now, if you have been around the gacha scene for a while, you probably know Yosta, right? The publisher who published the games, popular games like the Arknights and also Azure Lane. The same company currently shaking things up again with their new game Stellar Sora. Yeah, those guys. They always seems to cause a little bit of chaos whenever they drop something new. And Stellar Sora is one of them. But before Stellar Sora, they gave us the Revive Witch, which launched globally on November 10, 2021. And honestly, man, it started off amazing. No paid promotion, no flashy ads, just pure word of mouth. Players were telling each other, hey, have you ever tried this new pixel gacha game? It is actually pretty good. And they were damn right. The art style was beautiful, the soundtrack was magical, and that old school pixel RPG vibe, man, it hit right in the nostalgia vibe. But unfortunately, the spell didn't last long forever. After first few months, people started to noticing the same old pattern, not enough innovation, not enough new content. The game was fun actually, but it started to feel a bit too easy. And honestly, it was kind of automatic gameplay, which we really hated. Players began to complain, hoping that developers would listen to their complaint and fix it the way their community wants. But apparently, the devs have other plans, or maybe they just put their headphones on and walked away without worrying anything else. By mid 2022, the excitement started fading. Revenue dropped, and eventually on May 7, 2023, the server officially shut down. And just like that, our little witch was gone. Now, speaking personally, I played Revive Witch for almost 2 years. And at first, I love it the pixel combat, the cozy world, the classic RPG feeling. It really reminded me why I enjoy this kind of games. But after a while, I started feeling the same burnout the community was talking about to the developers. Still, I will always have a soft spot for it. It is a shame. Revive Witch started strong, had a loyal player base, and could have survived if the developers had just listened to the feedback and added a bit more life into it. So yeah, that was Revive Witch. I hope the developers would relaunch the game just like the Tower of Fantasy relaunch on the CN server. So that's all for the Revive Witch. Let's move on to the next. Alright, moving on to the next game on our list, which is none other than another prodigy, which is the Alchemy Stars. Ah man, this one also brings memories. So many memories. When I first played it, I remember thinking, wait, a gacha game that's basically Candy Crush meets anime combat? What's going on here? The main attraction of Alchemy Stars was its tile matching mechanics. The idea was simple but super satisfying. You match tiles according to your character's color, and boom, that character dashes across the board, chaining attacks and pulling off crazy combos. It kind of felt like playing chess, but with explosion and enemy characters yelling their ultimates. Honestly, it was unique. At least at first, your game was like a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle, which had a similar connect with colors mechanics, but Alchemy Stars added its own flavor, tactical movement, beautiful animation, and that vibrant sci-fi fantasy world. And the timing of release made it stand out even more. When every gacha developer was busy trying to copy Genshin Impact with open world 3D waifus, Alchemy Stars came out and said, nah, we are different, and we are chessboard with attitude. The game launched globally on June 17 in 2021 and it really took off within just a few months and it crossed like 10 million downloads worldwide. Not a bad for a tile matching RPG, right? The art was gorgeous, the voice acting was top tier, and the story had a surprising depth for a mobile game. But just like Revive Witch, the magic slowly started to fade. After the first month or two, the hype train began to slow down. The gameplay loop, while fun, didn't evolve much over time. It was still match color tiles to a combo fire of the ultimate. Players wanted more new system events, something to shake up the things up, and sadly, the devs couldn't quite keep up the momentum. The community started to moving on to the other games, especially Genshin-like titles that dominated attention back then, just like the Tower of Fantasy. Even the content creators shifted away, and before long, Alchemisters was shining a lot less brightly than before. By the time 2025 rolled around, the game had reached end of its journey. The developer announced the end of service for January 24, 2025, with an offline version to let players save their progress and replay the story. If you have that account, you can do it. It was a graceful goodbye, but a still sad one for those of us who loved the game to the core. Now, personally, I played Alchemisters for about a year and a half, and I really enjoyed my time with it. The art and the strategy with music, everything felt so much polished. But I was playing on a different server than C, and eventually it became hard to keep up with the game updates. If I had started on the C server, I might have played it till the very end because the dedication of this game in myself was really hard enough. In the end, Alchemisters will always be on the one of those games that shined brightly but couldn't keep its flame alive. It wasn't because it was bad, it was actually really fun. It just got buried under the massive shadow of bigger gacha games and a community that kept chasing the next Genshin clone. Alright, next up on the list is the Black Clover Mobile Rise of the Wizard King. This one hurts a bit. Honestly, it is one of those games that had everything going for it and still managed to fall flat. So let's talk about it, what happened there. Black Clover Mobile is a gacha RPG based on the hugely popular anime from Black Clover. You know, the one with the loud screaming guy who is basically allergic to magic but somehow wants to be the Wizard King. What a weird name. With a strong anime IP behind it, expectations were sky high. Fans were ready to relive their favorite moments, and for a short while, the game really actually delivered. The game launched globally November 30, 2023 after releasing of Japanese server. It came packed with turn-based combat, flashy high-impact ultimates, and some surprisingly solid strategic depth. Visually, it was absolutely stunning. Watching Asta yell while slashing through enemies with giant sword was pure hype. But here is the thing. Just like anime's magic system, the game's power did not last forever. At first, it started strong, tons of downloads, big attention from both anime and gacha fans. But soon after, cracks started to show. The content flow began to dry up, the updates were slow, and the same events kept coming back over and over. And since the game relied so heavily on the anime's existing material, it didn't have enough original content to keep things as a fresh one. Basically, once you caught up to the anime story, that was it. Nothing much new to look forward to. Unlike games like Solo Leveling Arise, which added original characters to the storyline, where Black Clover Mobile stayed to its original source, which is a manga and anime thing. And here is where it really fell apart. The publisher. The game was managed by the Garena, yes, the same company behind the Free Fire, and well, let's just say they don't have the best track record with maintaining a long-term gacha games. So, while the global version could have been saved, bad management decision and poor updates basically sealed its fate. The Japanese version was first to fall, and not long after, global server followed the same path. The official end of service was announced for August 21, 2025. Less than 2 years after launch of global, it didn't long that much last. The developer mentioned like operational challenge as the reason, which is the polite way to saying that player numbers are dropping, revenue went down, and we could not even keep it running forever. It's honestly a shame because the foundation was strong of this game. The combat was fine, the visual were beautiful, and the voice acting was top tier, which is really original towards the original source. But when you don't innovate, don't listen to community feedback, and rely too much on your anime name. Even the strongest Grimoire cannot save you. I played it for a while too, and at the beginning, it really felt like a love letter to Black Clover fans as myself. But slowly, the excitement turned into a routine, and that's when I knew the magic was fading. So, yeah, Black Clover Mobile is another example of how even a big enemy name doesn't guarantee success in the gacha world. If only they had put a bit more creativity and care into it, it could have been something really truly special, just like existing one Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battles, Dragon Ball Z Legends, and also the Seven Deadly Sins, Grand Cross, etc. etc. So all I can say that restore Black Clover Mobile. I hope you get another chance of reviving itself. What I heard from the recent news that they already re-released this game on a CN server. I hope to play this game on the CN server also because I really love Black Clover Mobile as a game and also as a original source material. And that's all for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. It is my first one. So thank you for sticking around till the end. Seriously, it means a lot if you did that. If you liked it, drop a comment and tell me which gacha game you think deserve better. I had loved to hear your thoughts. If this video gets a good response, I will definitely make a part of 2 from this video sequel and talk about more forgotten gems that disappeared too soon. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day and take care. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.